Everyone, welcome back to Taking Funnel Hacking by Storm. Gonna have some fun with this one today. This one is not original to me. I actually picked this up from my good friend and fellow professional speaking team member, Neil Martin from the UK. And I'll just give a shout out to Neil just in case he hears me covering this, because it was just a great video post that he put out there, and I wanted to make sure that I shared it with all of you. Basically, social media marketing is crap, okay? Now, that might have got your attention because that's the craze, right? Right now, social media marketing is the craze out there, and Neil says social media marketing is crap, and I agree with him. But crap actually is an acronym, okay? So C period, R period, A period, P period. What do those things stand for? Well, I'll tell you what they don't stand for. They don't stand for the way most people are using social media to promote their businesses. Most people are using social media to promote their businesses like a scrolling billboard, which is exactly why it's not working, okay? So let's start with C, right? So C stands for content. You absolutely must be sharing content all the time. Literally, one of the things we talk about all the time is that you must publish your face off if you expect to be heard in your marketplace, because there is so much noise out there. There is so much competition out there. Unless you are in front of people all the time, you are very, very quickly forgotten. I remember a story that I heard about Arsenio Hall. I don't know if you remember who he is, but he used to be a talk show host, and he was in a movie called Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. And Arsenio Hall was very popular, right? And he could literally get a hold of anybody and have people on his show because he was a platform for them to be seen. Well, what he was doing is he was in a call center trying to get money, trying to get people to donate money for a good cause, right? For a charitable cause, and nobody would answer his calls, right? He couldn't pay somebody to answer his calls, right? Why? Because he was no longer relevant, right? He no longer had a platform for them. So he was basically irrelevant to them. And that's very sad. That is definitely not where you want to be with your business. So you constantly have to be sharing really great content in order to build your following, right? You want to have that loyal following. You're trying to build your culture, right? You're trying to build that tribe. And the only way you can do that is by continually sharing great content. Okay, so what is this that I'm doing right now? I'm sharing great content, right? And I'm doing this every single day. These are little gems that when you hear these things, you might already know, but they're a great reminder. Some of you don't know this already, and you're like, wow, okay, now I get it. I need to publish my face off. I need to be out there in front of people all the time, sharing great content instead of just putting up cheesy offers all of the time, okay? Now, let's move on to the R in the acronym CRAP, okay? The next one is rapport. When you are on social media, you are the attractive character in your story, in your business, and you have to basically put yourself out there, right? You need to put yourself out there, and what's going to happen is you're going to attract the kind of people that have ears to hear your message and what you're saying. Not everybody is going to like you, okay? So when I say build rapport, I mean get out there and shake hands and smile and talk to people, but don't expect every single person to like you. But the more you get out there and the more you build rapport, the bigger your following is going to get. So let me give you something that I heard a while back, and I think this is very true, right? 25% of people in the world will like you no matter what, okay? They'll like you right off the bat. There are 25% of the people out there in the world that will never like you. It doesn't matter what you do. You could walk on water and they still would not like you at all. Then there are 25% of the people in the world that like you, but could be persuaded not to like you, or you could say something that would maybe they liked you at the start, but then you stuck your foot in your mouth or you did something that didn't align with their values, right? And then they won't like you anymore. And then there are the last 25% of the people, or people that didn't like you before, and maybe it's because they prejudged you or they listened to what somebody else said, but the more they listen to you, the more they start to like you, okay? So when I talk about building rapport, what you're trying to do is you're trying to reach out to the people and make friends and build a culture of people that want to hear your voice. And don't worry about the other ones, okay? You're not going to make everybody happy, and that's okay. The next letter in the acronym C.R.A.P is A for authentic. You need to show up as yourself, as your true self, as your real self. This was one of the points that Neil made when he was when he put this video out there, and I thought it was terrific, right? Be your authentic self, not who you think somebody wants you to be, but the real you. Because the more authentic you are with yourself, the more of the right kind of people that you're going to attract, right? Literally, your customer avatar are the people that are most like you. And you want people that are most like you inside, right? Inside. You don't want somebody who is that false friend or believes you're something that you're not. You really want people that really believe in who you are, and that's your authentic self. And then the last letter in the acronym for C.R.A.P is the letter P for perseverance, okay? And perseverance, again, I think this is one of the qualities that so many people lack. They're too quick to give up. Being successful in business, trying to build a 7-figure business takes a lot of perseverance, right? When you first start publishing your face off, if you're doing a podcast or a blog or a YouTube channel, you might see very, very slow growth at the beginning. But you have to remember that if you plant a seed today, it's not going to produce fruit tomorrow. The only way that this plant is going to grow is if you continue to water it and you nurture it and you give it sunlight and you feed it what it needs in order to grow. Matter of fact, my wife actually bought me this as a gift. She bought me one of those kits, right, where you could grow your vegetables or you could grow herbs hydroponically, right, which basically means without dirt. They're just in the water, but they come in a little pod, and that's what I have to do. I put the pod in, and there's water, and then there are lights, and then I have to feed it nutrients, and that's the only way that it's going to grow, okay? So with your business, you must persevere. Don't give up. If something doesn't work right at the beginning, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It's just going to take perseverance, and it's going to continue to take time to educate and nurture the audience that you're speaking to. Okay, so again, special thanks to Neil Martin from the UK for that awesome video and inspiration.